Hello, everybody, and welcome to Cross Circle, the official podcast for PlayStation Source. I'm your moderator, Christian Buckley, joined as always by Mr. Kevin Diaz.
Yeah. What's going on? Good morning.
So today we are doing something different.
Yes, we are, indeed.
We are going to be taking a break from the fall preview. Hopefully we have more news on Red Dead by next week. That would be nice for me. But today is the day after the opening of Gamescom 2018, so we've got some stuff to talk about. We've got some headlines to go through. But before we get into that, how you doing, Kevin?
Doing good. School started on my end, so still adjusting to the lack of free time that would have been for gaming and video work, etc. But if you guys are watching this right now and catch the stream of Dead Cells on Saturday, thank you for coming through. Enjoyed everyone's time there. Very, very fun game. Now I'd say, well, I played Dead Cells literally like all day on Saturday, right? Like pretty much all day. I took breaks, but pretty much all day. So I want to say I'm like 3-4 hours in. I have beat the first boss.
Nice.
Done some stuff, still like getting my bearings with me. The sewers are hard. I will, say that. But it's very, it's like super deep. I'm liking it a lot. The weapons are really fun. The combat's really fun as well. If you like Metroidvanias, you're gonna like this game. Just period. Yeah, it's great. Yeah. Other than that, something that I didn't bring up last week, I started BioShock. So
nice.
that I'm kind of chipping away at. Very, very creepy game. I'm digging it.
Quick question for you. How is Dead Cells holding up against your indie darling of the year, Celeste?
Oh man, okay. I will say the gameplay is under Celeste, and I only say that just because like Celeste,
Celeste is very simple, right? Like simple, you get your head around it, and it's like
like the whole kind of gameplay grab of Celeste, of the actual game of Celeste isn't really like killing and like necessarily combat. It's more like traversal and like figuring out puzzles. Obviously there are enemies in the game, but they're just easy to take out. Like it's not like you have like a weapon with you, what I'm saying? It's just a matter of just like hitting them on the head and stuff like that. But I will oh man, that's a tough question. I knew that question was gonna come up. They're both Metroidvanias, what I'm saying? So I knew that eventually I'd be okay, which one do I like more? But right now, so Celeste, what I'm saying? Just based off that story and everything, and that narrative and everything, and just how that game all panned out in its entirety, and also that it's linear. With Dead Cells, it seems like to beat the game, you're gonna have to legit do it without dying at all.
Oh yeah,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. Yeah, and like I've heard from the chat, when I was streaming, there's 5 different areas that you have to go through. So like there's the first one, obviously you beat the boss, second, third, fourth, and fifth, and then you beat the game. Is what I've been hearing. I don't know if that's true, but I've gone to the third world.
Nice.
I've gone to the third. Yeah, that's how far I've gone. Is the third. So obviously, they both share that same kind of element of replayability, especially, a lot like with Celeste's A side and B sides and even C sides if you unlock those and everything. And with Dead Cells, where you're going to be playing through the same type of environments, but they always change. Like it's like a random generated level, but it still looks the same level aesthetically. And they still have the same bosses in there and the same enemies. It's just the overall like layout of the platforms and how the map layout works does change.
Right.
On a life-to-life basis. So I'm digging it. I'm digging it a lot. I don't know if I like it more than Celeste right now, but I am having a lot of fun with it. So
nice.
What about you, my good sir? What have you been playing?
Well, I've been busy. I'm helping some people I know work on planning a pilot for a TV show. So
ooh, that's exciting.
Yeah, so I'm editing stuff for them. But in the meantime, thanks to that sale going on the PSN, I picked up the Batman Return to Arkham games, Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, because I haven't played either of those since I had the PS3. And Arkham Asylum is one of my favorite games of all time, like top 10. And
is Arkham Origins on that?
No, it's Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. That's it.
Can you buy Arkham Origins separately on PS4? I'm sure
You can get it through PS Now, and that's the only option right now.
Oh yikes!
Yeah.
Is Origins that what was it, important to?
Well, it's like it's a prequel to Asylum, and it wasn't Rocksteady.
Yeah. I know all that. Yeah.
So it's like same sort of timeline, but it's a few years before Asylum. So,
but like, would you say it's like pertinent? Like, let's say for me, I wanted to play through the Arkham games, Arkham.
have you not?
Asylum, City, and Night. Do you think Origins is like that important? Or?
No.
No.
I think it's an underrated game, but it's not important to the main series at all.
Gotcha. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So I'm like probably a third of the way through Asylum. Just been playing that when I have some free time. Still holds up. Great game. I love Asylum. I'm interested to go back to City because going back to Asylum, this is the first time I've replayed it for a long time. And you get your gadgets as you progress through the game, like you do in any of them. But it's weird because there are some moves that you don't have that you have in City and in Night. Like you have, it's just because the map is so restricted in Asylum. It is not linear, but it's smaller scale and more confined and focused. So it's not like you're gliding through cities all the time and stuff like that. Because in City and City and Night, you have like a dive bomb move you can use to chain together to like go up and down with your cape gliding. That's not in Asylum. There's no slide in Asylum. So
so like it kind of like shows its age in that manner of like not having the full,
a little
like,
bit, not necessarily in a bad way, but I just feel the absence of some of those things that I associate with those games. But other than that, great game, having a good time with it.
I feel like we're both in the same boat right now. We're kind of like 2 weeks away from Spider-Man. Yeah, I got the prequel book. It just came in yesterday.
Nice.
So, pretty hyped. Gonna burn through this. You know what I'm saying? And
but
can't wait.
Now it is time to deal with the Gamescom headlines that we've got. So the way I was thinking of dealing with these is running through some of these and basically just saying if they're big deals or like a big And
100%.
If there's one we want to talk about, we can go into detail on it.
Yes.
First, I think there's a few clear meh ones that I feel like we should just get out of the way.
Yeah, I'm down.
First off, this is really cool because I think game preservation is important, but Ubisoft is releasing a collection of the Settlers games, Settlers 1 through 7, that comes out in November of this year, and they are setting that up for a new Settlers game in 2019.
Interesting.
So, I've never played any of the Settlers computer games, but I have friends and I've played Settlers of Catan with them. So that's cool though.
I've literally never heard of that game, so
not even
that's
Catan?
where I'm at. Yeah,
the board game.
That one sounds familiar.
But
overall, no, I'm very unfamiliar with that. So that's why I didn't put it on my list that I had. But that's cool. If it's a like an established franchise that has been gone for a while and they're gearing up for 2019 release of a new one, that's cool.
I think it's PC only. I'm not positive on that, but the trailer they showed was PC.
Gotcha. Okay.
Moving on, we have what I want to call the screenshot block.
Screenshot block. So
we have new visuals for Cyberpunk 2077.
We do indeed. They look really, really creepy and really cool. I don't know if you saw that. Obviously, you saw all the screenshots, but there was one where it was this lady and like the lower half of her face and jaw essentially was off in like a glass case next to her like vanity mirror, and she's like picking at her like steel underside of her head. It looks wild.
Yeah, there was something crazy like that in the E3 trailer.
Yeah, I remember,
I'm way into the Cyberpunk stuff. I have some friends who wanted to check out the actual like Cyberpunk table game, so I might do that at some point. But yeah, the Cyberpunk stuff looks cool. I'm hoping to see some sort of at least a gameplay trailer soon. I'm guessing we'll have a more firm look at the game by the end of the year, maybe Game Awards.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I'm like, probably Game Awards, if anything, honestly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah, but it's looking really cool. I dig it. Can't wait to see gameplay eventually.
Yeah, so Cyberpunk looks cool, but give me more than screenshots. People were going mad about that gameplay, so
Yeah, for sure. I just want to see that gameplay, and like I doubt they'll release a full hour of it. I feel like they'll do probably like a chunk of it, whatever.
yeah.
But I'm down. I'm down. Whenever it comes out, I'm ready to go.
You know, maybe they do like a Game Inform or cover story too, because they did that for Assassin's Creed and then put out that big hour-long gameplay chunk.
That would be good. That would be good. I would enjoy that. Or do you think? I don't know, because like I feel like Cyberpunk is a little bit too out date-wise to be ready for a Game Informer coverage. Maybe it isn't.
I
You know
don't
what I'm saying?
know.
But
I don't know. I'm really
yeah,
interested
granted,
because
no one
I
knows.
could still feel like part of me thinks it could still hit 2019 because of
Part
the
of me-
way
yeah, no, go ahead.
CD Projekt, the way they space out their releases. Because
Right.
Witcher 3 was 2015. And going into 2019, that's a 4-year gap. And most of their gaps between major releases is like 3 to 4 years. So, I don't know.
Part of me thinks that this is also a PS5 game.
Oh yeah, I'm
Low
sure
key.
this will be like at least a dual release if it does hit before the
Yeah,
PS5.
I think dual release, if not, drop within the release window, or not release window, but like within like the first year of PS5.
Yeah, I can see that.
You know, have it like the big, if PS5 launches in like November, put it like next September or next August, like that. Like they're like first go around of the new consoles in a fall season of games. You know, I
Yeah.
think like that would be a big one. I think. Who knows? But very very cool to see it again.
Next up for screenshots, we got Spyro screenshots coming alongside news of a delay, which
Yep.
I'm really okay with, honestly.
Yeah, I mean honestly, if I would also be very very much okay with it. Honestly.
Because
you know there are.
When November rolls around, I'm getting Pokemon for my Switch. I'm getting Hitman, and that's it as of right now.
Yeah.
So
Like there are delays that are a bit annoying, then there are delays that are very welcomed.
yeah, this is perfect. I'm
Instead
sure.
of welcomed.
Yeah,
I feel you.
good
Do
Thanksgiving
you think?
break.
Yeah, I was watching some people talk about this whole news and stuff like that, and a big point that they brought up was that do you think that this delay is due to the outlash and
Yes.
the cries about, not cries like in the bad way, but just like in general, like the actual critique
Yes.
of people being upset over Spyro 2 and 3 not being on disc?
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
100%. Deal.
I think
Sounds good.
because I think they're just delaying it so they have more time to work on the other two games and get them on disc at least the base version of the game, and still have an update file day one patch that's just smaller than whatever it was going to be originally.
Well, like, I mean,
It was going to probably be
yeah, I
like
think
40
like
gigs.
that's what I'm saying. Like, if they're gonna patch in the day one patch of 2 full Spyro games,
Yeah.
like that has to be in the over 20 gigs at least, or
Yeah.
something crazy like that. I don't even know. Yeah,
But screenshots
And
were
they're-
cool. Spyro 3 is my favorite of the 3 games, and that's the one that has all his buddies in there. So we got some new
Gotcha.
screenshots. Hunter and I forget the fawn's name, was introduced in 2. So we got screenshots of 3. We got the skateboarding arena. Map looks great. I spent so much time there. The skateboarding minigame is so much fun. Yeah, so we see the new design of Hunter, the new design of Sheila, as well as some returning levels. Designs look cool. They took some liberties with some stuff. I think it all fits. Looks cool. I'm excited to
Beautiful.
get my hands on that game.
deal.
Go through
Sounds
all
great.
of those.
I don't know. No, go
No,
ahead.
continue.
Because I was gonna say, like, just I'm sure you didn't miss this screenshot section, but there is a game that you were very hyped for at D3 2018 that got some screenshots as well. Resident Evil 2.
Oh, right. That was next
I don't know
up.
if you were going. Okay, deal. Okay,
Yeah.
just making sure.
So,
I want you to miss that. Yeah.
yeah, Resident Evil 2, just hopping around in the list. Resident Evil 2 showed off some new looks at Claire's campaign, or Claire gameplay, I should say, because from what Capcom put out there around E3, It's not a Leon campaign and a Claire campaign like it was in the original game. It is Claire's story is woven into a singular campaign, which is fine with me. I'm fine like cutting between characters. I thought GTA handled it really well.
Right. So you're still gonna have like one campaign per se, but within the actual campaign, you play as Leon. That was his name, and then also Claire.
Right. So like
in some sections.
Think about if when you were playing Uncharted, you got to switch from Nate's thing to Chloe when she was like in a different country.
Right.
So
right.
That's fine. Right. I mean, they're in the same city, same story, same problems going on, just different ways of handling it pretty much. So that's cool. Claire's a cool character.
I think looks really great. These screenshots look great.
You know what?
Really, really good.
There was a story that came out a little while ago that I thought was really interesting. They the way they do motion capture for this game is they designed all of the characters' clothing in real life, and they had their motion capture artists wear them, and they captured the clothes.
Oh, they captured the clothes too?
Yeah, so that way it was like, or they might have like scanned in their clothes on their body and then used that for the motion capture. It's something like that, but it's not. Really neat. Yeah, the clothes weren't designed on a computer.
Man, so they're doing like mocap without the golf balls and like that whole
No,
suit,
I think they are, but they had them model in front of the cameras their actual outfits to scan in.
Okay, gotcha. Gotcha.
So, which is cool.
So it's not complete. Yeah.
Yeah, they said the reason they wanted to do it was because they wanted to make it realistic and they wanted to make it look like clothes that real people would really wear.
No, it looks like a really good job. I mean, just looking at the clothes, actually, yeah. You know, I don't know if that's like placebo that I'm seeing, and I'm just like, just because you said that, it looks really good. But no, I generally like the clothes look really good.
Yeah, that Capcom engine is really great.
Yeah, it's looking really nice. I don't know if you saw on the scroll of the pictures, like the 10th one with the explosion.
Yeah.
Of her shooting that like grenade launcher looking thing.
Uh-huh.
The lighting in that.
Yeah.
It looks really good. Shout out.
Game looks very good.
Very, very good. Good stuff.
So, I think this is a natural transition. Speaking of that amazing Resident Evil engine. Moving out of the screenshot block, we have... What I wrote down for this segment, or for this story, is I think the highlight of this entire showing of this game at Gamescom, Dante fights with his motorcycle.
Oh, Devil May Cry. Let's get into it. I thought you were going to jump to Superman. I did.
Did you see what he does?
I was eating breakfast. I made some eggs, you know what I'm saying? A little banana and a coffee, you know? And I was catching up on stuff from Gamescom, saw this trailer. And I was not expecting him to literally tear his bike in two.
Yeah.
And use it as a weapon. I was, you know, out of all the things that really you could weaponize, I did not, you know, anticipate a motorcycle to be one of those things.
Even when you think of using a motorcycle as a weapon, that's not what you think of.
Oh, man.
You know? This game looks great.
That is wild. That is great. Yeah.
This game looks so good.
And this again, you know, really concretes the like inkling of me to want to go back and play the Devil May Cries.
Oh yeah.
Since they're all on PS4, you know, I really do want to do that. You know, so honestly, I feel like
I'm feeling like chipping away at them over the next few months.
We did get a release date of Devil May Cry 5 as well.
We did.
So it looks like we have a window.
Yes.
To work with.
I wrote that down, but I've read the headline because I thought that was hilarious. So the release date for Devil May Cry 5 is March 8th, correct?
Yes, March 8th, 2019.
Yes. Good time.
Do you think they're going to hit it?
Yeah.
Think so?
Capcom's been nailing everything, man. Beautiful. Capcom's on a roll.
No, that trailer looked really sick. Yeah, looked really sick. And like obviously so I guess you haven't played any of the DMCs either, so I guess I was going to ask like how, since, you know, each of these not each of them, well, both of them have been debuting mainly the first younger guy that I guess was from the DMC soft reboot.
It's funny because he looks similar, but no.
Yeah, but like, so I feel like obviously the way they're like cutting these trailers, it seems like he's definitely going to be the protagonist.
Yeah,
of
it
this.
seems like,
and then Dante is going to be like a side character that is still a big deal. But
so with Devil May Cry 4, it's similar because you play as Nero, which is the guy who we've seen.
Okay.
Nero, and then there's a Dante campaign, and then there's another campaign for another character.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so it looks like they're going to be taking a similar approach to having multiple characters playable.
Right.
Nero seems cool. Again, I have no prior experience with Devil May Cry. I know the series. I know the general layout of what happens when. But yeah, so
Nero seems chill. Seems like a little bit cringe at sometimes, but obviously that's probably just like the style of like DMC, whatever. And
yeah,
that type of
Devil May Cry's humor is very like
out
that.
there. I'd
Yeah,
say,
it's very crazy.
Yeah.
So
So
I'm excited though.
good.
Game looks really fun. I'm into it.
excited. Excited.
So I think this is a good time to let you talk about this. Life is Strange 2 happened.
Oh, my heart.
So surprisingly, we don't have a lot to talk about with it.
There is something that I missed. Okay, so if you guys have not been aware, I did do a live reaction to Life is Strange 2. This actual showing of the trailer that we got, like the official, Life is Strange 2 stuff. I did that. Make sure to check it out on the channel and everything. That was the first time I tried that. I just want to try something like a little bit different for the channel. So who knows? Maybe we'll do more in the future. I'm not sure. But I did do a little more digging, right? And there is actually very, very something substantial about this trailer that I can tell you. It's not the biggest spoiler in the world.
Go for it.
But, okay, so in Captain Spirit, spoiler, I guess, for Captain Spirit, even though it's like 2 hours long, whatever. So, spoiler for that. At the end of the actual game, the neighbors to the person that you're playing as are actually two brothers that are looking Hispanic. And they are the people in Life is Strange 2.
Cool.
Yeah. So that's where they derive from in terms of like what we've seen so far with Life is Strange. So that has me even more like intrigued and everything, and I can't wait, dude. My soul. I can't wait. Did you enjoy the trailer as much, or like?
Yeah.
Do you have any?
I'm into it. I like that they're doing something very different with the characters, at least in that story. I think that it has a dark setup. I saw that little synopsis about.
I actually pulled it right here. Yeah, I can read it if you want, right quick.
Yeah, sure.
Good deal. So, Life is Strange 2 tells the tale of two brothers, 16-year-old Sean and 9-year-old Daniel Diaz. Shout out, who were forced to flee from their home in suburban Seattle after a tragic event changes their lives forever. They are on the run from the. Yeah, they are on the run from the police, and Sean decides their best chance at a good life is to head for their hometown in Mexico, Puerto Lobos.
You got it.
Lobos. Yeah. So that
sounds dark.
is cool.
Yeah.
Dude,
I'm glad they're going there.
Man.
That's
man, I can't wait, dude. I can't wait. Man, because initially, right after I watched the trailer a few days ago, I was thinking okay, maybe they're on the run and fleeing from everything, also from that police thing. But I didn't realize that was the main focal point to them being on the run and being in this wilderness type thing. I thought maybe it was because of the storm in Arcadia Bay.
It's still Seattle, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And I was like, oh, wait, what if they, fled the city because of the storm? You feel me?
Yeah.
But it's all good. It doesn't seem like that'd be it. I still want to know how this ties into Max and Chloe because, come on, it has to. It has to.
Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be something at the end of the last episode.
Something. It has to. Something. But I was sad to also learn the powers that we'll be able to use in Life is Strange 2, at least. I didn't see any. Oh, well, obviously we saw him be able to relive that moment through the picture the same way Max was able to as well. So that was cool, but can't wait. September 21st? Is that
24th, I think.
24th?
Or 27th. September 20-something.
Yeah,
but yeah, I'm still not sure if I'm playing it as it comes out or if I'm going to wait a little bit, but...
Yeah, I don't know what I want to do, man. I kind of want to stream it. We'll see. Yeah. Figure it out.
So that was Life is Strange. Moving through this list, what should we do next? I brought up Hitman, so let's talk about Hitman.
Okay.
You did not play Hitman Season 1, did you?
I did not. Nope.
That game is fantastic.
Really?
Yeah. I did a review before we rebranded. It's still on the channel. I can put a card up for that, but successful review. Gets views.
Interesting.
So Hitman Season 1, if you want like deeper thoughts about it, it's there. But I was very happy with it. And this is coming from someone who only played one of the older Hitman games a couple times, so no real nostalgia for it. But, ooh, that game is so good. It's just the amount of variation you have, the amount of choice you can implement into the way you go about your missions, how you kill people, your targets, the way they treated it as a live game, even after the season was wrapped, because I played it on disc after Season 1 was done releasing.
Right.
But they had the elusive target system, which was every weekend there's a target, you get one shot at them. If you fail, they're gone, you failed.
Yeah, that really does sound wow.
It's a very good video game.
It had those weekly, so that kind of reminds me of, okay, this is a very, very deep cut, and I doubt you played this game, but on the Vita.
No, I did not.
Oh wait, you're on the Vita.
I don't know.
Man, yeah. Well, there was a game called Unit 13 that was really dope, and it had something like that too, where every week there'd be like a new value target. It was like a level essentially that you would play. Yeah, but. That's
so the news for Hitman 2, which I'm very excited for because this is releasing all in one, so that's how I played Season 1. But Hitman 2...
they're not going to roll it out episode by episode, like they're going to have all the episodes on day one?
When they revealed it at E3, they said this is all one package.
Okay, gotcha.
So Hitman 2, what they're doing though, is they remastered, I guess isn't the right word for it, but... They updated all of the maps from Hitman Season 1 to fit in with the mechanics and the improvements they made for Season 2. So, I think it was 5. All 5 of the maps and missions and everything from Hitman Season 1 is going to be included in Hitman Season 2. If you already owned Hitman Season 1, it is going to carry over for you. If you don't, presumably it's going to be DLC. I think that's the way they are leaning towards it, because in the recent trailer from this past week they said if you owned Season 1 you get all the maps. They didn't specify if you didn't own Season 1 what happens, but I'm sure they'll let you buy them or something like that. But there's some really cool missions in there, so if you have any interest in Hitman, I would either check out one of the episodes because you can buy them individually, or maybe Season 1, wait for Season 2, whatever you feel like. But I loved that game. It is fantastic. I think lots of other games can learn from it, especially when it comes to stealth and environmental interaction. But yeah, Hitman 2, including Hitman Season 1, is an awesome initiative.
Interesting. Okay. I'll definitely keep it on my radar. Yeah, I'm down. And does Hitman 2 have a release date or like a release window as of yet? Or
yes, it has a date in November. I don't have the specific date. Let me pull that up for you.
Oh snap! It's the
14th?
It's gonna be this year?
Yeah, it's this year. Coming this year.
Oh, I thought it was like 2019.
November 13th.
Interesting.
Day before Fallout 4, or not Fallout 4. Yeah, sorry. 76.
Fallout 76. Yikes. Well, I guess that won't be that big of a deal. Honestly.
Yeah, it's two very different games.
I don't think 76 is gonna like be this like crazy massive game. I mean, maybe. Not as big as like a mainline Fallout. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So
maybe, I don't know.
Keeping with Assassins though, Agent 47 doing his stuff. We got Assassin's Creed news. Not the news that I think you expected, because this morning there was a story that broke. There is no Assassin's Creed coming next year.
I saw that. I did see that.
That is the official statement from Ubisoft. Mr. Yves Guillemot said, no Assassin's Creed next year, but we're going to be getting some new Odyssey content over the next year, including into 2019. He said that they want to treat Odyssey like it's a live game. We talked about this when we did our fall preview episode for Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So the extent is even more clear now. They want to really focus on fleshing out that game. They said they wanted to give people lots of ways to play it, lots of new ways to play it as the year progresses. And he said that we are going to be surprised with everything we'll be able to do in Odyssey by the time it comes out in a year from then.
Right.
So what's your stance on that?
I mean, I just... This would be a little bit less... Not even, like, this wouldn't even be weird at all, right? If they kept with it from when they first developed Origins, right? When they took a year off before Origins released to make Origins, right? So, like, if we weren't getting Odyssey this year and got in 2019, you know, it'd be a little bit weird. But, like, since now we have, 2016 we had no Assassin's Creed. No. 2017 we had no Assassin's Creed. No. 2016 we had no Assassin's Creed. 2017 we had Origins. This year we're getting Odyssey. And then we're not. It just seems like a very weird, like, way of doing it, you know? In that sense, I just feel like you shouldn't have like, low-key redacted the, skip a year thing. Because, like, when Odyssey was announced for this year, we're like, oh, okay, I guess that was just, like, a one-time thing where they just, did it just one time to just catch up, I guess, or, maybe
do you want to hear my
upgrade
theory?
the engine. What's up? What do you think?
We are on the brink of next gen.
That makes a lot of sense.
So
damn it, that makes a lot of sense.
I could see them being like, hey, you know what? We've been working on this Assassin's Creed since like 2017, 2016 maybe, because Odyssey and Origins were in development for a while. So if they start working on the next Assassin's Creed in 2016 or 2017, they're like, hey, you know what? Take another year, get it ready, get it really impressive, launch it with the next gen consoles. I think that makes a lot of sense. So I can see them wanting to just support Odyssey through 2019 for that Assassin's Creed fix, and just hold out until the next gen.
Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, and then obviously this, of course, we can't bring up the next Assassin's Creed game without bringing up that little tidbit that we talked about on the Cross Circle podcast of Odyssey, where we went over that little leak. From Reddit, I think it was from Reddit.
Yep.
That showed those three symbols, obviously. So is this going to be the Japanese Assassin's Creed that we've all been yearning for?
I think it would also make sense to take a year off, considering next year we've got some Japan games coming out.
So Ghost, well, potentially Ghost. That's what we think.
Potentially Ghost, potentially Neo, but definitely now we know Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, because we got a date on that too.
Granted, that is early on in the year, so I feel like if they would have put out Assassin's Creed Japan, in like November or October, I feel like it wouldn't be that much big of a deal. Yeah, to have it, because
well, I mean,
I'd give it a little bit of breathing room. I'd say
in my head, if Ghost hits next year, Ghost is hitting in like August-ish.
Oh no, for sure. Yeah.
So it's still crowded nonetheless, because by the time Ghost came out, people they would have been over Sekiro. But if Assassin's Creed dropped in October, it's like, hey, didn't we just get Japan game like a couple months ago?
Yeah.
So
and I feel like we won't even know where Ghost ends up being until like probably PSX this year.
Maybe.
Do you think they'll say?
But
maybe like a window. I don't know about a date, but maybe a window. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, Sekiro has a date.
It does. Indeed.
How are you feeling about Sekiro right now?
I tell you, I wasn't too hyped at E3. Like, it looked interesting to me, but I wasn't really that sold. This trailer and this gameplay demo, I think they released like a ton of gameplay. It wasn't like
there's 10 minutes on IGN right now.
Yeah, I was watching a lot of that last night, and I think it looks really fun. I think I definitely like the grappling hook type thing, which you said they showed like a little bit of it at E3, and it was just like a small clip.
Yeah, so there was a shot of him using it to get on top of a roof at E3. Right,
but just the way they're implementing it here, it looks really cool. Also, I also saw that like his left arm, right? It's like that metal apparatus type thing.
Yeah, it's the prosthetic arm. That's where the grappling hook comes from.
Yeah, that's where the grappling hook comes from, and like I saw him blocking with it. It just looks, I don't know, it's just interesting to see like someone like straight up block with their hand, and it's like, oh wait, he can do that. It's a prosthetic. It's not like it's gonna rip or break.
So
Yeah.
basically, the prosthetic you can upgrade. You can have different abilities come from it. You can basically work it to fit the playstyle you want to an extent.
Right.
We did learn some more things about Sekiro though. Combat way more aggressive than even Bloodborne. I love Bloodborne. That's my favorite From Software game. I think it's fantastic. One of the best games this generation. So seeing Sekiro really lean into aggressive behavior when I thought Bloodborne leaned into aggressive behavior, all in relation to Dark Souls, which is very slow and methodical. I'm all in for this. They added a jump button, so that adds to traversal and combat.
Right.
They really want to focus, like I said, with aggression. The way they showed off the way you fight bosses is you both have a meter that builds up from actually fighting and hitting them, and if you take time between hits, it diminishes. So you got to keep it going, like keep hitting, keep attacking, filling it up. When it fills up all the way, they're sort of tired, and you can get in like a visceral attack, which is something from Souls and Bloodborne, which is like a huge damage deal.
Right. Yeah.
It's
Kinda
cool.
like a super like ultimate.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
I'm really into it.
I dig it. And obviously, you had to have seen the collector's edition for this game as well. Get a cool statue, art book. You know what I'm saying? Steel case and everything. But I think I forgot if this was the game or another game. But dude, another game at Gamescom was announced that one of their special editions will release the game 3 days early, like we talked about last podcast. It's happening again. I don't know if it's Sekiro. I feel like it is.
It's definitely not.
It's definitely not.
No.
Okay, there was a game that was definitely announced. I swear on my life that is coming out 3 days early.
Well,
I don't know which one it is.
All right, so this is another headline that's worth mentioning because that stupid thing you reminded me of.
Uh-oh.
Battlefield 5, the beta is coming September 6th for normals.
Yes.
If you
Indeed.
pre-order or whatever it is, you get it September 4th. Yeah, I'm excited. Want to try it out?
No, yeah, I'm definitely gonna try it out. I don't know if I'm gonna pre-order.
Oh, I'm not.
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, here's the thing, man. Because technically, right? Technically speaking, we really don't know if the BR mode is even going to be in this beta.
All right.
Or if it's going to be even on the game day one.
Correct.
There's just something about the way they're rolling out info, the way they're just talking about this BR mode. It just doesn't seem like it's going to be on disc day one. And you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is.
No, you're definitely right. There is a questioning of when it's coming.
Yeah.
And that's perfectly normal to question with the way they presented everything so far. We did talk about this a lot on last week's episode. Link to that. But
we did indeed. We did.
Yeah, so I'm excited to check it out. I hope it's good. I'm into it. Last week's discussion got me hyped up for it, so I hope it delivers.
Also, it's also Origin Access Premier subscribers as well as those who pre-ordered.
Cool.
Get it September 4th. Which, honestly, is not a big... I mean, it's 2 days.
Yeah.
Granted, 2 days is, like, a decent amount. So it might be a little bit worth it, but...
Yeah.
We'll see. As of right now, I'm going to just get the open beta. And we'll see.
So, we've managed to get through most of these headlines. I have 2 left on mine. I'll save the big one for last, but I think this is...
a big topic.
Also a big... little... Well, not big little... It's big because this was a huge announcement a few years back at E3. And we finally have a date for it, which is crazy to me. Today, what day is today? Today the 22nd?
August 22nd. Yes, August 22nd.
In 1 year and 5 days from now, Shenmue 3 will be available for purchase.
Yeah, that's... All right. Yeah, I have yet to recall a game have a date that far out?
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
I think, especially recently, yes.
Because I feel like if it was, at that point, like it'd be like, okay, fall 2019 or late spring 2019, as opposed to them just giving up a straight up date.
Yeah.
For it's like a year and like this far ahead, like, and this is like the exact date.
Yeah. Well, with the case of Shenmue,
it just seems funny to me.
I think it can hit because Shenmue on its own is sort of a simple game. I don't know how far they want to push Shenmue 3. I know if you backed Shenmue 3 on Kickstarter, you do get updates a lot. I haven't kept up with those because I've never played a Shenmue game. But, yeah, so Shenmue 3, I feel like, from what I know at least, of the first two, it's very simple. Sounds bad, but, like, it's pretty straightforward. So I don't know if they want to, like, do anything crazy with Shenmue 3 or if they're planning on doing anything crazy, but if they have a date and they think they can hit a date that is a year from now, I think that makes sense. So, wrapping up and continuing on with what is left from Gamescom is the biggest story, in my opinion. It opened the ceremony at Gamescom. This guy walked up on stage, and this guy is an employee of Supermassive Games, known for Until Dawn and tons of VR games. They announced a new initiative with Bandai Namco called the Dark Pictures Anthology, and essentially it is, from what I understood, I saw what you sent me, but I think they might have misinterpreted this because he said that they're doing 2 releases a year in this series.
Yeah.
So I think the thing you sent me said 3, but I think that person read it as... No, I think the interpretation they had was like this one next year and 2 more, but the interview said that 2 including this one.
Right, yeah. Because I know, because that tidbit was off of what he said, like how they're going to release, I guess, Man of Medan, how you say it?
The Man of Medan, yeah.
Yeah, 2019.
With
I don't know if he meant... Yeah, so I guess with one of the game, and then after that, it'll be 2
a year. Which is awesome.
That is dope. That's cool. Obviously, Until Dawn was a pretty full-fledged, pretty meaty, long experience, I would say. It was like pretty meaty. So I don't know if these will be like the same caliber of size. Obviously, I feel like that's not gonna be how it's gonna turn out. I feel like probably going to be like a little bit more smaller in that area since they're doing a bunch. It just seems like they're going to do like a bunch of little episodes, that are within themselves and everything. And
it's interesting because I had that same conversation. I brought that up to my friend, but he also reminded me of Hidden Agenda, which was also Supermassive. Remember the PlayLink game?
Yes. Okay.
And that was the same fidelity as Until Dawn, like same quality. It looked just as good, if not better in some cases. It was still like an 8-hour game. And yeah, I think they might have just really nailed down the production of an Until Dawn style game. And now they have the resources and the workload behind them with Bandai Namco to actually get it done frequently. So I could really see them putting out 2 narrative-focused, like, choose-your-own-adventure games, like, twice a year that are around, like, 8 to 10 hours. Because Telltale does it all the time. And Telltale's, like, a couple hundred people, but still, they, Yeah.
I think a lot, especially after the success of Until Dawn, I feel like maybe the studio as a whole kind of are taking the same route as we see with Guerrilla Games right now, where they said, hey, we're like doubling the size, moving to a new studio, and we want to pump out the Horizon sequel in half the time they made Horizon with.
Yeah, it's interesting because Until Dawn was 2016, right? 2015 maybe.
I want to say 2015. I'm gonna double check right now.
Okay,
I'm pretty
so
sure 2015 or 2015.
This is what I've been waiting for since I've played Until Dawn. Because I wanted them to do an Until Dawn 2 that was just like same mechanics, different setting, different characters, and this is exactly what that is. What I wanted.
Yeah, Dude, it's really cool. Until Dawn was 2015.
Got it.
Was 2015.
So,
yeah.
what we know about the Man of Medan is the lead, or the most recognizable, I don't know about the other characters, but the character that I'm familiar with, actor-wise, is Shawn Ashmore. He played Iceman in the X-Men movies. He was also the lead in Quantum Break.
Okay.
So, that's pretty cool. And
I'm digging it. Yeah, no, I'm really digging it.
Until Dawn had a very wide array of popular, like, adolescent, early adult, mid-20s actors.
Yeah.
Because Hayden Panettiere was in there. The guy from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was in there.
Ward, him. Yeah.
Yep. And Rami Malek from Mr. Robot was in there. So.
Do you think we'll still get the kind of, higher end caliber of actors and actresses?
I think we're going to get recognizable people. Yeah.
Recognizable? Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I feel like Hayden Panettiere was, like, the biggest name. Because
she's,
like,
sure.
a big name.
For sure.
Or big to some extent. But, yeah, I think we're going to get people like Shawn Ashmore. Because he's done TV before. He's been in a few movies as a supporting character. So,
right.
Yeah, I think we'll get people we know and recognize. But, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I had some other questions. Okay, how do you feel about the Dark Pictures in name? Obviously not a big deal, but I was thinking that, since they had the Until Dawn VR game, Bad Blood or some blood, whatever that game was called, it was still under the Until Dawn kind of branding of it. So I thought, that was gonna kind of be like their shtick with these kind of horror games, for like these like horror, a very story driven episodic, not really episodic, but like so I thought it was gonna be like that, but I feel like also in hindsight, me thinking that Until Dawn is probably licensed and like owned technically by PlayStation, and it's a part of that exclusivity. So I guess that kind of makes sense.
Worth mentioning, though, that you brought that up. This is going to be everywhere.
Oh, yes, it is. Yeah. Xbox is getting these anthology episodes as well. Yeah.
So, as far as the naming thing goes, I would think that would be a possibility if Anthology wasn't on there.
Right.
Because since it's the Dark Pictures Anthology makes me think, just because of what that word means, this is this story, this way, similar themes, similar pieces to it, but this is this version of it, and this is this version of it, and that's this version of it. Yeah. So, like, just to be clear, like, not all the episodes, at least as far as I'm aware, as far as my understanding, all the episodes in the Dark Pictures Anthology aren't necessarily connected, not necessarily connected to each other. Right, they all stand alone.
Yeah. They're all like ancillary stories. Yeah.
Yes, they all are within their own. They might be in the same world, but they're not connected. They're just like, this could even take place in the same thing as Until Dawn,
Yeah,
Until Dawn was this story happening here. Man of Medan is this story happening here. The next one is this story happening there.
Right.
So it's exciting though, and Man of Medan, setting wise, is terrifying to me because ocean is like a fear.
Really?
Yeah, Yikes. Creepy stuff underwater. No, thank you. But the game looks rad.
No, I thoroughly enjoyed Until Dawn. I'm sure you did as well.
I loved Until Dawn. Yeah,
I loved it. Yeah, I played during Halloween. Very, very cool, everything. But no, I really can't wait. And obviously, this is the big, closest thing to PlayStation-esque type of news we've gotten so far with Gamescom. I feel obviously not really PlayStation news.
Yeah, well,
it's not exclusive anymore.
Yeah, because like last year is the standout in my head of when this started. I started noticing at least PlayStation doesn't really do Gamescom. Because they're a Japanese company and they have Tokyo Game Show coming up, and they went pretty hard on Paris Games Week last year.
Lots of they did, yeah. So I feel like we'll have a lot more like PlayStation-centric things to talk about on those two. So this is definitely more of like a third-party type of, appetizer platter, if you will. But no, I'm digging it. I'm definitely gonna get this and definitely play it. Of course, I loved Until Dawn.
Oh, me too.
Definitely gonna. Am now with this being here, right? Of course, with the Dark Pictures being, it looks like definitely the future of Supermassive Games and everything.
Yeah.
Do you think at this point now is Until Dawn kind of put to the back burner? Is Until Dawn just gonna be that's it? Like this is Until Dawn. This like one game.
I think,
and that's it. Or because I was thinking, like I said before, you know, that like it was gonna be like a kind of like a franchise, if you will. You know, similar to like Assassin's Creed, for example.
I think Until Dawn was the prototype for this.
Oh, no, of course.
And I don't think PlayStation thinks it's worth it to have Until Dawn exclusive. And I think that Supermassive paid their dues to PlayStation by making all those VR games for PSVR. So I think it kind of evens out there. And they're like, hey, you know what? If you want to go back to making your thing, like your story-focused stuff, and you want to put it out third-party so it sells more than Until Dawn did, because Until Dawn deserved more sales.
Oh, 100%.
Then go for it. You made these VR games for us. You made us our PlayLink thing. Good on you, you know?
Yeah.
So I think Until Dawn as a name doesn't carry that much weight, and I feel like the Rush of Blood thing kind of proved that to PlayStation.
Rush of Blood, thank you. That's what Rush of Blood. Yeah.
Just because it was like people liked it, they thought that was a great VR game and one of the best at the time, but it wasn't like it didn't sell PSVRs, you know. And Until Dawn doesn't have that name. Where they're clearly establishing the Dark Pictures Anthology is like our Twilight Zone. It's our Black Mirror. It is our thing, you know.
It's gonna be so cool, man. It's gonna be cool. Oh, it's gonna be cool.
I'm very excited. I can't wait.
Do you think we're gonna get some sort of like, for example, Dark Mirror episode where it's gonna be like a little bit more like futuristic, whatever, like something crazy, like some like horror, like, you know, that's infused with like technological features. Yeah.
I feel like they could go there. I feel like they have a lot of possibilities for pretty much anything. So far, it seems like the way they like the stories they wanted to tell so far seems like they're rooted in modern day. So I would be interesting to see them branch out, try new things. Maybe like a period piece. That'd be cool. I feel like.
Oh yeah,
like dude, in the 70s.
Yes, yeah. Dude, I'm really down for this, dude. I really cannot wait. This is gonna be really cool.
I'm very excited for this, and I can't wait to see more of it.
Yeah, I am very much on board. Very much on board. And the first episode comes out 2019.
Yes.
There's no release date as of
not that I saw, but 2019 is the first. I'm assuming first half if there's 2 next year.
You gotta think, right? Yeah. I'm thinking. Yeah, it gotta be first half. Gotta be first half. Maybe we'll see more at the Game Awards or.
Yeah, I could definitely see more coming in the next couple of events.
I cannot wait for this. Yeah, I'm hype.
But that pretty much wraps up all Gamescom news.
Yeah. As far I think that was everything. Overwatch has some stuff, a new trailer, stuff like that, but new map, for example. So, if you're Overwatch fans, I'm a very how do I put it, like casual fan of Overwatch. I do play it from time to time, but you know,
I never got into it, but I like the vibe a lot.
Yeah, no, it's like really fun. Like it's a game that I wish I played more of. It's just you know, it's very much a game that I kind of just hop in maybe like once every like 2 weeks and play for a little bit, maybe like an hour or two, and that's it. You know, it's not really a ton I play. I wish I played more. Dude, it's either McCree, a soldier. I know I'm a soldier noob. I'm sorry. I'll have to tell you. Sorry. Yeah, I am a soldier noob. But I'd say it's McCree. I'd say it's McCree a little bit. I like his playstyle. I'm a fan. Nice. So either one of those two kind of bounce back and forth too. So.
Well, you mentioned that you're a soldier noob, so if people want to make fun of you for that, where can they find you on Twitter?
Very good. Follow me on Twitter at the KDS123, THEKDIAZ123. Follow me on there. Also check me out here on PlayStation Source. We upload a lot here on the channel, so make sure to go check us out there. I plan on streaming sometime this week. A little more Dead Cells. Definitely did enjoy that, so I'm probably gonna do that again here. Honestly, probably today. So if you're hearing this Friday, guess it doesn't help you, but hopefully over the weekend. I'll definitely get a stream in sometime this week. Stream or two. We'll see. So, Yep, that's that. Where can the good people find you, good sir?
You can find me on Twitter at Chris and Buckley. Lots of tweets about my thoughts on games, the going-ons of entertainment, what I'm working on, stuff like that. But yeah, that's going to do it for the episode. We will be returning to our fall preview next week.
Yes. With,
hopefully we get
Red
the
Dead.
part 2 of that Red Dead series, so we have more to talk about. But
yeah, I'm really hoping they put it out this week or something. You know what I'm saying? If not, then I think we should consider like mashing Fallout 76 and Red Dead together. Maybe.
Interesting. Well,
perhaps probably not.
I have some ideas for what we'd talk about for Red Dead. I can text you those.
Okay, cool. Yeah, okay. Yeah, deal. Sounds good.
But thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Keep it locked on PlayStation Source for more info if we get anything else out of Gamescom. But until next time, greatness awaits.